السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. In the early days of Islam, the sacrifice the Sahaba did and the iman they had and the faith they had, it's just, we cannot describe it, we cannot feel it, because we live in a very different time, you know. Nowadays, if you want to migrate or travel or leave, you know, you transfer your money at least, you know. You still have your bank account intact. But what happened to them in old days? They had bags of, you know, silvers and gold. You can't just carry this. Yeah, because the checkpoints, you leave it behind. And what do you do with the animals and the land and the houses? So the decision for the Sahaba to migrate or to leave Mecca was not easy. It was absolutely beyond, you know, normal. Up to the last century, 90% of human beings lived and died within 20 kilometers. Yeah? Up to the last century. It was only this century that people were traveling, because there's cars and planes and trains and boats. And yeah? So the Sahaba, when we say they went to Africa, it's just beyond sacrifice. You just can't imagine the suffering they had in Mecca to leave. And these are the noble people. So when they went to Abyssinia, and maybe a few months later or a year later, they heard that Mecca became Muslim. Yeah, the Prophet ﷺ read the Quran in public once to them, because they don't hear it, they don't want to hear it. And once they listened, and he read for them the surah. When he finished reading, they all fall into sajda. They all, from the mesmerization, from the recitation, from the voice of the Prophet ﷺ, from the meaning of the ayah, because they really understand what Allah is saying. They all can imagine you in a visual or something, and everybody fall into sajda, because the translation of the ayah was just so deep for them. So somebody saw this, and the news, the rumor spread all the way. They reached the Sahaba in Abyssinia. Mecca became Muslim. They rush, of course, they rush back. It's the home, it is the family, yeah. But of course, this was not true. They just, after they fall down in sajda, they say, no. He tricked us. He made some magic on us, made us make sujood. We still not, we still worship our idols. So when the Sahaba arrived, you know what happened? When you leave your country, you revoke your tribe, you revoke your protection. There is nobody, no matter if you're noble before, your own tribe would disown you. So all of them could not even go inside Mecca. They have from outside sent messages, says, who can give us protection? Who's going to give us protection to go inside Mecca? And one of them is one of the first Muslim. His name is, nobody knows this one, Uthman ibn Mad'un. Uthman ibn Mad'un is the first Sahabi to be buried in Baqiyah. The first one to be buried in Baqiyah is Uthman ibn Mad'un. Every Muslim today loves to be buried in Baqiyah. This is the first one. Imagine the love the Prophet ﷺ had for him. Uthman ibn Mad'un was in Abyssinia, and he came with them, and he was noble. Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira, Khaled ibn al-Walid's father, he's a nobleman, the chief of the tribe. He gave him protection. If you give him protection, you can do whatever you want, nobody will touch you, nobody will say what you do. And Uthman, walking in the streets of Mecca, and he heard a group of people sitting down, gathering, celebrating, and somebody's doing poetry. This was the thing, this is the entertainment. So he joined in, and the man says, "Ala kulla shay ma khala Allahu batilu." In his poetry, nothing is as good as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything is falsehood. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They used to worship that. The people of Mecca, the pagan, they know Allah is the only one. What about the idol? The idol because we're not very pure, so the idol between us and Allah. We just talk to the idol, and the idol talk to Allah. So that is what they did, and that's shirk. And then the man says, وَكُلُّ نَعِيمٍ لَا مَحَالَةَ زَائِلُ, and every pleasure will end. Allah is the only true, and everything else will end, and even all the delight of this dunya, everything will end, and nothing will remain. So Uthman corrected him from the Quran. He says, you're right in the first one, nothing is true except Allah, but the na'im of Jannah, the pleasure of Jannah is also eternal, it's also forever. He got really angry, the power. This is the most respected people. He says, what is this? Who is this in the crowd correcting me? What's happening to you people? Are you going, what? I never had, he's one of the top. Being interrupted like this. And somebody just turn around and smash him in the face. Smash Uthman in the face. What's his name? Al-Mughira came running. Al-Walid came running. What happened to you, my son? I told you, stay in my protection. I'm protecting you. He says, look, wallahi, I'm not sad. It's the other eye is sad for this eye. This eye wanted to be the same, to get the same blessing. This is blessed to be hurt like this in Allah's sake. Look what he's thinking. He says, I've been punished for Allah. Mash, alhamdulillah. I wish the other one to be punished like this. This is how strong their iman was. They didn't, fear suffering. They didn't fear travel. They didn't fear losing everything for the sake of iman. And that's the story. We look at the Kaaba, we look at Mecca, because that spot where he was hurt. That spot where he left again and gone to Abyssinia or gone to Medina and then lost his life there. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gather us with this amazing Sahaba. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our iman like their iman, strengthen our iman, increase our taqwa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and protect our family, protect our children. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Jazakum Allah khairan.